Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. And what I'm showing you is a picture of the first Louis Vuitton purse that I've ever owned. And you're gonna laugh. When I first saw this Louis Vuitton purse, I actually thought it was real. And here's the thing: I've never seen a real Louis Vuitton purse, so obviously, I would have no idea what a fake one is. I didn't see my first Louis Vuitton real purse until I ended up in France at a Louis Vuitton store. So I had to hurry up and learn what a real Louis Vuitton purse is, or what it should look like. And in particular with the vintage purses, I think the first indication that you have a fake purse is where you're buying it. So when I mean by vintage purse, I mean a vintage purse that is 20 years or older. The Louis Vuitton purses are made with real leather for their straps. And you can tell with this purse that it's plastic. The Louis Vuitton purses that are leather, especially with the monogram series, they're untreated leather, and then over time they would turn into a honey color. Again, this is just cheap plastic, so it hasn't turned into any other color than just being plastic. Another indication that you've got a fake vintage purse is the craftsmanship. This over here fell apart. It's a very poor reproduction. And I guess I should just serve back up a bit. A replica purse would be a copy of a model of a Louis Vuitton purse that they actually make. This over here is just a cheap imitation knockoff. This design, and that's another clear indication that it's fake, it wasn't even made by Louis Vuitton as far as I know. Another indication that you have a fake Louis Vuitton purse is also on the hardware. It never says made in France. When you look inside this purse, you're also going to see very poor craftsmanship on the sewing. The older models, and again, you always have to keep on doing your research, especially if you actually want to buy a vintage Louis Vuitton purse. The older models would be red inside, and they wouldn't be using this kind of brown canvas. Some of the vintage purses that you're going to see at the consignment stores might even come with the original box and the dust bag. For me, I would consider what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like winning the lottery. If you could find a vintage Louis Vuitton purse and the person had the actual credit card receipt. Now, obviously, they'd block out their personal information, but the original credit card receipt would show the store that they bought it from, whether it's a Louis Vuitton store or an authorized dealer. And then you'd also be paying a lot more, right? So that comes into the other issue. How do you know if you have a fake vintage Louis Vuitton purse? The Louis Vuitton purses, even with the small leather goods, cost $300, $400, $500. The purses could be well over $1,000. So if you're buying it from a high-end consignment store, they've already done the research or homework for you, so you know you're buying a real Louis Vuitton purse. And if you're buying it from a thrift store, again, it's most likely fake. And I guess that's sort of where I go on this slow rant. 20 years ago, people have bought the Louis Vuitton purses that they've maybe bought off the street, and they use them, they get bored of them, and then they just end up donating them. And those purses maybe cost maybe $80. Even some of them could have even been made with real leather, and then they just end up at the thrift stores. It is true you could find a $800 Louis Vuitton purse for $8 at a thrift store. I've come across those situations, and all I can say is that even the purse is or the wallet's like 10, 15, 20 bucks. I'd rather put that money into buying a real Louis Vuitton purse. In particular, if you're looking for vintage Louis Vuitton purses, consider it an investment, and you're better off just buying the real ones that you see at the consignment stores that, of course, aren't going to cost $8. They're going to cost a lot more, but at least you know you're getting the real one. Also, the other thing that I want to know, another reason why I'm doing this video, is that you might end up at a thrift store and you're thinking you're getting a real Louis Vuitton vintage purse, but you've got to ask yourself, why are you buying it? Are you buying it because you're actually going to be using it, or are you buying it as sort of a collector piece that's just going to end up collecting dust on your shelf, or you're trying to resell it? Because again, buying a used, or if you want to use the term previously used Louis Vuitton purse, there's always a risk involved. It's the same thing when you're buying a purse online. like I said before, you got to really do your research. And if in doubt, then perhaps if you can't get all your questions asked about the purse that you want to buy online, then don't buy it. Okay, I know for other people it's like, well, I don't want to spend hundreds and thousands of dollars. If I can get like a used Louis Vuitton purse for a fraction of the cost, then I'm gonna go ahead and make that purchase. Well, all I can say is just make sure you do your homework, because you're obviously going to be very disappointed if it's fake. Like I said before, you know, it is possible to find a real Louis Vuitton purse at a garage sale or at a thrift shop, and not at a high-end consignment store. But you're always going to be taking that risk, and you got to ask yourself, why are you buying it? Because again, the real Louis Vuitton purses, better quality. You won't be disappointed. I just keep on looking at this purse because I'm actually a little bit embarrassed. I actually thought it was real. Alright, so thanks again for watching my video. And in the comments below, let me know what your experiences are with buying previously owned Louis Vuitton purses. In particular, ones that are vintage. Alright, so thanks again for watching. Have a great day.